Carrie Sponagle, 4-H agent for Bath and Highland County, and today I would like to talk through two types of contests that you can enter in the county contest coming up in March. So as you can see, the first thing we have set up here is a presentation. And so where we want to get started is a topic that you like to talk about for the most part. Don't make a presentation topic really difficult. So if you already like to cook, if you already like to work with small engines, if you love horses or cows, or if you like to plant plants or even sew a piece of clothing, we want you to do a presentation on something that you really enjoy and you already know a lot about or you want to know more about. So today I'm going to show you an old presentation that I did as a 4-H'er when I was 9 years old. So my first presentation was about dinner. And what are you going to have for dinner? Was it going to be chicken? Was it going to be beef? Or was it going to be pork? In this case, we actually are going to talk about lamb kebabs. Okay? So, before we go further into the presentation, what you see here are some visual aids. You're going to need at least one of these for your contest. You're also going to need some of the materials or all of the materials that you're going to use to demonstrate what you're making or what you're doing. So here I have just some placeholders for today, some bowls, some spoons. If this was an actual food demonstration, you would bring your food with you. What you can find on the internet at the Virginia Cooperative Extension page is a guide completely for presentations. You'll want to look at this while you're making your presentation to make sure you're covering all of your bases. So as we gather on through the presentation, you will actually demonstrate all parts of the process. In this case, we're cooking. So your next visual aid should have on it your menu. And visual aids can be a poster, it can be a PowerPoint, or it can just be things on your table. So here I have made sure to list all the ingredients you need. This is also something you want to make sure you have while you're delivering your presentation. You want to make sure everybody knows what they need before they get started. You want to go from start to finish. So here we have the ingredients and how to put everything together. That's your second visual aid. So at most you're going to need, at minimum, you will need 3 visual aids, but you can have way more than that if you'd like. So as we go through this, obviously I will explain this and then go through the demonstration after I explain it. And then we have, finally, at the end, we usually have a summary. So on this page, I just have pictures. This was one of my first presentations, so I really liked pictures. But what you want to do on your summary is kind of bring everything together. So by the end of your demonstration, you'll have shown them what either your food looks like, what your ending product may look like when you're finished, and you want to explain that on your final piece. You also want to ask the judges if you have any questions. So that's a little bit over how you give a presentation, and that just took me 3 minutes. If you're a junior giving a presentation, it will take 2 to 5 minutes. If it's a senior, it'll take 5 to 7. Also, when you're giving your presentation, you want your attire to either match or not be too distracting. So make sure if you're doing food, make sure your hair is out of the way. Make sure your accessories aren't they're not going to get in the way, especially if you're preparing food. So that's how to give a presentation in a real quick manner. Now we're going to jump over to table setting. All right, we are now standing behind a table setting demonstration. I do have a helper that will come in a little bit later to tell you about what is on the table. But right here you can see the visual part of a table setting contest. Again, the table setting guide can be found at ext.vt.edu. This will tell you everything you need to know about how to prepare for a table setting contest. When you start with a table setting, you want to make sure you set it for 2 people. At least 2 people are coming to dinner. You also want to include on the table a theme as well as a menu. For juniors, on your menu, you need to make sure you include 1 Virginia agricultural product. That can be anything grown in the state of Virginia. It's part of your menu. Apples, ham, potatoes, broccoli, all that is grown in Virginia, so at least pick 1 of those to put as part of your menu. You want to have, based on your theme, everything should match with your table setting. Right here we have a very formal table setting, so this is probably a nice dinner. You want to make sure as you explain what's going on here, what's going to be on each plate even, and why each plate or cup is important. Maybe your table setting might be for a picnic or for something outside. Or maybe when you just have mac and cheese at home, it's a little simpler, which is totally fine. So we're going to invite our special guest in, and they're going to talk about their table setting.
My name is Marley and I'm 8 years old. I did this setting because I like the flowers on the plates and the water glasses. My menu is salad with green lettuce, cheddar cheese, and ranch dressing. Next is gluten-free penne pasta with Alfredo sauce, and then for dessert, red velvet cake with vanilla icing.
All right, well, thank you so much, Marley. This is a lovely table setting. So tell me why you picked a gluten-free option for your menu.
Because I have to eat gluten-free stuff.
Very cool. Okay, that's good. And you said you're going to have water with this dinner, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Okay, you said you like the plate because of the flowers. What's your favorite flower?
I like roses and tulips.
Very good. Roses and tulips. Very good. Well, thank you, Marley, and we appreciate it. So if you guys are ready to have a table setting for your county contest entry, you will set the plate, you'll set the table, you'll set your menu and your theme, and then you can answer questions from the judges based on how you set your table. So that's for this week. We'll give you some more contest tips next week. See you later.